It's like a pickled asshole that I wiped my tongue with. It's awful.
Couldn't stop
I
it.
know. I was like,
Yeah.
is that
She tried
what
to
you were
shut it
going to
down.
say?
Yeah.
It's so bad.
And blurt it out.
It felt better getting it out. Like,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
I feel like okay.
Now, welcome to Uber Spicy, the hot new spicy food challenge in a car. Today we have two special guests with us, owners of the lounge at the end of the universe,
Yay.
Jen Adams and
Hello.
Coral Clark. Welcome to the show.
Thank you guys for
How
being
are,
here.
yes, thank you. How are you both with spicy food?
Generally really good with spicy food, but I have a limit, so we're going
You
to see
do?
where this
Okay.
goes. Yeah, I love spicy food.
Now I think you told
You're
me
good. She's good
Yeah,
with
I'm
spicy
pretty
food.
decent with
You're good?
spicy. Yeah.
Right.
you've done the hot one stuff before, haven't you? Did you
Yeah,
say
so
that?
my friends and I got together once a year and did our own kind of wing challenge because
Yeah.
we were all big fans of the show. So,
Okay.
but there was definitely an incident of me with a quart size of ice cream and just like putting it on,
Yeah.
not even eating it, just putting it on
Yeah.
there and then just letting it fly off.
All right, let's get started. You can unveil your nuggets.
I don't know why I expected dinosaurs.
Oh,
We
they're so
considered
cute.
that. We thought, wouldn't that
We've
be
considered-
hilarious?
Woo! Okay. The fumes coming out of this
Yeah.
thing are intense.
We're gonna mace
Oh
ourselves
my
if we
God.
starve.
Yeah, I've watched some of the show and definitely been like, why did I agree to this? Like,
And why
you
did I
can leave that part in
reschedule?
if you want to?
Oh,
Because she
Yeah,
signed
yeah.
me up. That's why she rescheduled. 'Cause
Yeah,
she's like,
so
I'm
right,
gonna do
so
this.
so I
You're coming down
realized
with me.
like what I was getting myself into, and then I was
Hey.
like, I feel like my business partner should be suffering right alongside of me, so we need to reschedule. Plus, I thought it'd be more fun for us to do
Yeah.
together. So
It's a partnership.
we've already been through so much trauma
Yeah.
together. Why not one more thing?
Yeah, we're not.
Add another notch to the
Yeah.
bucket
Yes.
belt.
This episode is brought to you by the Lounge at the End of the Universe. The Lounge at the End of the Universe is a woman-owned and operated full-time professional comedy club, cabaret, and venue for hire. Visit them at loungeboise.com for upcoming dates and showtimes. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
First one is Sriracha coming in at 2,200 Scoville units down the hatch.
That one's already spicy.
But this is the one I actually like. The only one, really.
Yeah. I would say that one's on the light spicy. Like
Yeah, like a
in the medium
Tapatio.
range of it. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that
I love Tapatio. I put that on everything. Water.
All right, let me explain the rules of the game. We have 6 sauces, sauces 1 through 5. You can have all the liquids you want. On the last nugget, sauce number 6. To win the challenge and get through the 5 minutes of fire, you have to go 5 minutes without any liquids to win the prize. Next up is our very own Uber Spicy Original Habanero Hot Sauce. The Scoville rating on this one is unknown.
Okay.
It smells
then.
really good.
Down the hatch.
It does. It's citrusy,
Mm-hmm.
just like a habanero is supposed to be, huh?
Mhm.
Okay.
All right, Jen and Coral, how are things at the lounge post-pandemic?
Well, so right after the pandemic, they sucked because people were so afraid to come out, and there was still a lot of questioning about safety procedures and different things like that, and it was just super inconsistent. Going into this year, we were actually shocked because I had prepped the whole staff, and Coral and I were talking to everybody, like, hey, listen, right after New Year's Eve, like, be prepared, it's going to be dead, and that did not happen. We were pleasantly shocked at how good January and February was compared to what we expected. So improving slowly as people get that 2-year amnesia that also seems to affect elections. Would you say that's probably pretty accurate? I don't. And Coral sees it from a different side, though.
Yeah.
She's like
Yeah.
the bar sales side. So.
Well, definitely with January, we really anticipated having a big dry January again. Because, 2 years in a row, that was a really big thing, especially through quarantine, because people were drinking so much.
Yeah.
So, we preemptively, did a bunch of, I think we brought in a bunch of dry bar comics, and, it was a good pivot. like we just kind of prepared and knew what we were up against, and because of that, like we were able to come out on top. It was nice.
Nice.
Yeah, because as it turns out, the Mormon crowd that likes the comics we brought in are not taking 2 weeks to recover. That was helpful.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
And they buy a lot of seltzer water.
Oh,
so
perfect.
there you go.
Yeah.
All right, number 3 is Tierfing's Curse, coming in at 99,000 Scoville units.
I'm sorry,
Tierfing's.
Tierfing. Okay.
T-Y-R-F-I-N-G.
It just has the word tier in it, so.
Yeah.
But it's T-Y, you said.
T-Y,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Down the hatch.
Ah. What changes have either of you seen in the entertainment scene, if any, in the last couple of years?
Are we talking like nationally or just locally?
Either or.
Okay. Well, I mean, I would say that nationally, there's a lot more touring beginning to happen again, thank God.
Yeah.
You know, we have access to acts we didn't before because they're out touring again, and it didn't make sense for them to before, especially ones that have, you know, kind of bigger outfits and stuff, just because, you know, that's a lot of, like, if there's a whole band, then they're testing for COVID, and so, I mean, I think everybody just kind of grounded themselves. So people touring again for sure, nationally, I think is a big one. Because we book, you know, comics, but we also book bands, and we book, you know, cabaret shows and different things like that. So, and then I'd say probably locally, you know, we're sort of weird, like, and isolated up on the bench. So there's not a whole lot of like paying attention outside of like Brian letting us know when football games are, so we don't book anything on those nights. Or like big festivals and things like that. But I mean, just kind of from what I've seen, there's like a lot more collaborative stuff going on between people in rooms and things like that. You know, for us, we've just been kind of branching out as far as our entertainment goes, and starting to talk with some rooms that are not super close, but like 15-20 miles away, and so I think probably a bit more collaboration.
Okay, next one.
Oh.
This, yes.
This one looks angry.
That's-
It does. Look, it actually looks
Yeah.
pissed off.
That's
It's red.
the
and
bomb
this one
beyond
looks like
insanity.
it just got
Only on
broken
one
up with.
side.
Oh, it's the bomb.
Yeah.
I've had the bomb
Have you had
before,
Da Bomb?
Yes.
and
I
I
have not.
don't like it.
No, it's not
Remember
good.
that.
You would remember, I think.
All right. Next sauce is the bomb beyond insanity, coming in at 135,600 Scoville units.
Nope.
All right, any thoughts on Wise Guys possibly coming to town?
Let me get over the flavor first.
Oh, I know. I gotta get the question
Oh,
out.
it's
so
Caldwell,
bad.
isn't it?
I'm not sure. I don't think it's
It's the
related.
flavor of it. It's the flavor of it.
It's awful.
Mhm.
It's like poison.
Yeah,
It's just like vinegar.
Ugh.
crap.
As a comedian, I
Yeah.
appreciate it that it's named Da Bomb, because it definitely like fits in the category of wah wah.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm not gonna
god.
be able to taste anything.
That's horrible.
God, it's like your grandmother's douche with spice in it. It's awful. So bad.
Yeah.
That is a perfect review of Da Bomb.
Yeah.
I've just made every face I never wanted to make on camera, all in the last 10 seconds. So, yay! Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I kind of want Coral to answer this one first, because I'm always spouting my opinion around. So, I think she already knows what I think about it. But what do you think about Wise Guys coming to
I mean,
Treasure Valley?
I mean, we've talked about this before. It's not gonna be inside of Boise, I believe, right? It's coming to like Nampa
Yeah.
Caldwell area.
Oh,
Oh, is that
really?
right?
Yeah. So,
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean that really doesn't affect us at all.
Mm.
It's like the Ford Amphitheater. you
Okay,
doing
yeah.
Things.
Yeah.
They might have big names, but they're. Maybe it gives us another room to collaborate with. you know.
yeah.
Well, I wondered if that name
Oh,
bringing
trying to
in
get
people
stuck in my teeth.
would then then mean they stop at the lounge also. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
because
separated.
I mean we have our own names that are coming through as well.
Yeah.
Chad Daniels,
Yeah,
Josh Wolf.
big names.
Before he was at the Knitting Factory for 2 shows, he was at the lounge.
Right.
Our club is very like First Amendment forward. Like I'm not going to cancel somebody. That's the audience's job, not my job. I'm also not going to censor somebody. And I don't think that that's really the same sort of sensibilities that Wise Guys has. So I feel like we'll book very differently for one thing. And that's good because everybody deserves to laugh. One of the owners, I believe, is a guy that owns Dry Bar. So they'll have a lot more comics that are for people that kind of sometimes walk out of our venue because they're like, this is a little bit much, right? We've had that happen where in fact we had, and the ladies were really nice, but they didn't like the feature act. They were like, we're gonna go wait outside until she's done, and then we'll come back in when the guy we came to see is on. And that was nice. They didn't just leave us a bad review because if they open in Canyon County, that's great because I think they'll really cater to the crowd out there. And I think it's not going to really affect our business so much, but also because comedy's not the only thing that we do. There's room for everybody at the table that way. And also, again, like what Coral said, like just being able to collaborate.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh God, that stuff tastes like shit. It's just in there still. It's like an abusive relationship that just still lingers in your mind.
Yeah.
Only it's inside my mouth.
That's what she said?
Ugh,
I think so.
Yeah.
It feels like I wiped, I'm not going to say out loud, but I was just, we'll just leave that inside. It's like a pickled asshole that I wiped my tongue with. It's awful.
Couldn't stop
I
it.
know, I was like,
She
is that
tried
what
to
you were
shut it
going to
down.
say?
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I blurred it out.
It felt better getting it out. Like,
Yeah.
now I feel like, okay.
Now you can move
Wow, that's disgusting.
on. All right, let's go on.
What's number 5?
Number 5 is Melinda's Ghost Pepper Wing Sauce and Condiment, coming in at 400,000 Scoville units down the hatch.
All right.
That one tastes way better.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Thank God.
You kind of touched on it, but what's your relationship with Watson's?
We're gonna start producing some of the shows that we were gonna do in-house at the lounge, outside of our own venue. And those are Jen's brainchilds, like the Yum Yum Comedy Hour is being rebranded and kind of turned into a new vaudevillian style. So it got a facelift. And they're writing for that. They're bringing in new writers and a ton of collaboration with just like improv musicians, and like it's gonna be so much fun. But it's a way for them and us to do fun and entertaining things while also not having to be the staff.
Right.
Because that's hard.
Mhm.
When you're, supposed to be on and doing a thing and like running a line or running a prop or, in a position, and then all of a sudden like the bathroom doesn't have toilet paper.
Behind the bar's not working. You're like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? I'm supposed to go on stage. It's the worst. That was a huge reason why, by the way, is because trying to do my variety show here, it was just impossibly stressful because of also being in charge of other stuff and it's hard to not blur the lines. And same with Coral. She's sitting there in full mime makeup and she's like, I can't come and fix that right. And you're just like, oh God.
Yeah.
I never thought of that aspect.
And that space is so perfectly set up for the kind of show that New Vaudeville Review, which was Yum Yum, is. So gives me an opportunity, and all of the people that are workers or owners or whatever here, to go play somewhere else as artists and like not have to deal with the back of the house stuff.
Should we do this?
Oh God, I know. I'm like, let's just keep talking. Let's do that. Wait, I'm gonna get the one thing I'm allowed to drink before we start the.
Yeah.
Okay, sinuses, here we
I don't
come.
know if the cameras can see that it's like there's like the little kind of like fat hail.
Yeah,
It's
it
I
was
don't know.
snowing a little
Does
bit
it count
earlier.
as a
Yeah.
drink if it starts happening and I just run outside? Just roll around in a circle.
You
and
make
touch it
sure
on my
you
tongue.
don't take anything.
I know,
That's how
last
you worked
one.
it.
This one looks pissed off too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next
Oh,
one
boy.
up
Ooh, that smells
is
angry.
Hellfire Doomed. Coming in at 6.6 million Scoville units.
Wow.
Down the hatch. It's time for 5 minutes of fire.
All right, what does the future look like for the lounge? What do you guys have planned? And talk for 5 minutes.
Timer.
Oh, set the timer. Wow.
Oh,
Oh my god.
I feel like that would have been easier if it was a Tyrannosaurus
Oh my
Rex.
god. Oh my god. Woo! All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What was the fucking question? No idea what.
what does the future look like for the lounge? What do you guys have planned?
Oh my god. So
What is coming up?
big plans. So first of all, we're moving.
Oh, what?
But we're only moving downstairs.
Oh.
Apparently we're not close enough to hell, so we have to get a little one floor closer. No, so we decided to move into the basement. Holy shit!
Why are you wearing your seatbelt right now? We're not moving.
A lot of people do that.
I just
It's safety.
it's
Well, I gotta
it's
take my
it's,
coat
it's
off.
just habit. Holy shit!
Yeah.
The under part of my tongue is sweating.
Under. Oh.
Okay, yeah. So we're moving into the basement, which is awesome, because we're gonna have a private, like separate entrance. That's the stairs that go down, and they've already pulled out the juniper bushes there, and we're gonna put in decking and seating, so we'll have a nice outdoor area with a door that goes to a box office. So we're getting to build in intentionally instead of what wound up happening, which was
Building as we go and just kind of throwing
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
together. when we
because the
have money
lounge
for
was an
it.
accident to begin with,
Right.
which just seems like so many of the best things in my life have happened that way. But it started as that little 850 square feet. It was just supposed to be a little sci-fi nerd bar that went along with the kind of Meow Wolf walkthrough thing. And then, you know, I can't not book shows. I've been producing since I first moved here. In fact, I recently found the promo video for Cherry Bomb's Burlesque, which was a burlesque troupe that I started with B. Williams when I very first moved here 15 years ago. So I've been, you know, I produced in so many venues downtown over the years. So then we just started doing shows, and then 6 months? No, it was 4 months before lockdown happened. That's when we took the other side of the space over.
Okay.
So getting to, you know, like the bar is only as big as it is in the space that we are, because we thought we were just going to be a bar. So we put in enough for, you know, 13 people to sit at that bar front.
Right.
But we don't need that now, because now all we do is a service bar. So we'll be building in a smaller bar, and, you know, intentionally figuring out the lighting instead of, you know, it coming up that, oh, we can do this now. Shit, now we got to figure out how to do that. Like, you know, so everything just kind of happened.
Yeah.
It was like starting with a tinfoil ball. You just keep getting these pieces and you just slap it on and kind of hope that it sticks and works.
Yeah.
So that's really exciting.
When is this happening? Like you're starting to build?
It's happening right now.
Yeah,
Oh
in
my
a
God, my
couple
throat
months.
just
So
closed up.
they're doing
Oh,
the
no.
demolition right now.
Awesome.
And then they're going to help like
Puke
start
bags
building
in the
into
door if you need them.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh
nauseous.
gosh, we're talking about
Okay.
puke bags. Oof.
2 minutes to go.
Ooh.
That's not bad.
This is very exciting.
Yeah. So they're doing the demolition now. They're taking out a bunch of walls, so it will have more space. We're actually going to have more space inside the showroom than we do now
Because of those little rooms? down
because
there?
of those little rooms. Yep. And so we won't have the hallway anymore. So we'll be going all the way to the elevator way.
Wow.
We'll have a smaller bar area. So and we'll have external storage outside of the showroom.
Nice.
So we're not going to have to use like 200 square feet as storage for our extra, you know, furniture that we're not using, or stage platforms or things like that. So,
Yeah, and then
It's-
entertainment-wise,
it's gonna do so many things for us. So,
Awesome.
and it's also gonna help with soundproofing as well, because
Yeah.
we've been doing more late night music shows.
Mm-hmm.
We're becoming the late night venue for music. So we do punk and jazz and metal and all these other things. but they don't start until 10 p.m.
Yeah.
when everything else in town has ended.
Yes.
And so we were starting to get some complaints from the neighbors, so we've taken some measures
Damn
for
Californians!
soundproofing.
No, just kidding.
But we have had the cops show up a couple times. And so, moving down to the basement, we'll be able to regulate our sound a little bit better,
Awesome.
direction it a little bit better away from the neighbors. So, because we'll be going towards the commercial buildings
Right.
now instead of just into
God,
the
I keep thinking it's
surrounding
over.
residential.
Yeah, it does come in waves.
Yeah. So it's going to be a lot more helpful for that. It's just going to be a more intimate space. The ceiling's going to be a little bit lower. The acoustics are going to be phenomenal.
And we've always felt like that felt more like a comedy club anyway.
Yeah.
And the comics, when we were using both rooms,
10,
I like that one better.
9,
Oh, really?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jen and Coral, you got through the Bomb Hellfire Doomed and hit the 5 minutes of fire challenge. Thank you so much for being on the show.
I figure I got through breastfeeding and then we got through the pandemic. We can make it through 5 minutes of fire in my mouth.
Jen and Coral, thank you so much for being on the show today, and we'll see you next time on Uber Spicy.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks
Good
for
to
having
see you
us.
again.